to those products. Companies have a lot of choices when it comes to fiber, and we have to make sure that they're thinking about cotton and choosing cotton. So let's start off the morning with a morning shower. Many folks jump in the shower before your morning coffee, and maybe that shower looks something like this, but probably not. This actually isn't a shower. This is a spinneret, and this is what you would see in factories. This is used for making polyester, nylon, and rayon. These fibers are actually extruded through spinnerets, much like a shower head. And the fiber comes out and it's cooled, and these fibers, polyester, nylon, and rayon, are created this way in factories. And I show this to you because, not that we have to be reminded of the morning shower, but this is a good way to think about our competition. It doesn't come from a farm, it's not natural, it comes from a factory. But never forget, as we do in our program and our daily work, our competition for cotton is polyester, nylon, and rayon. Rayon is one of those fibers that it's made from cellulose, from trees primarily, but it most definitely is a manufactured fiber. And that includes some of the names that you might see for rayon, like Tencel or Modal. These are just branded versions of rayon. But these three types of fibers, no doubt, are artificial, are synthetic fibers, and are the chief competitors with cotton. And here you can see a picture of some polyester. And when you think about going into the fields today or working in cotton, I bet you've never seen any cotton fibers that look like this. These are 6-channel polyester fibers. And one of the things that happens in the factories is those spinnerets or shower heads can be changed so that the holes or the openings can have a different shape. And that means that that fiber, when it's extruded through that hole in that spinneret, can come out in all sorts of shapes. Well, what that means is these fibers can be engineered, can be designed by the shape of the fiber to do all sorts of things, like wick away moisture. Cotton doesn't look that way. In fact, this is the way cotton looks. Here's some cross sections of the fibers. And I show this to you because on the one hand, we've got the beauty of a natural fiber, but we also have the variability of a natural fiber. You can see the shapes here. These fibers are all different, not like what we just saw with the polyester. So this understanding of cotton and the difference between cotton and synthetic or manufactured artificial fibers comes down to this basic reality. Cotton, it's a natural fiber. But when you get into manufacturing, it's not a natural choice because of the variability that we see in the fiber shapes and sizes and lengths and strengths, all those characteristics. What that means for Megan and myself and the team that we work with is that we have to work hard to get cotton to be the choice in products. And simply because it's a wonderful miracle of nature, a natural fiber, isn't enough for companies to want to or have to use it. We have to market that fiber. And that's what our division and our jobs are really all about. It's about creating the fibers that market themselves in the way you see here, cotton-like technologies. And this is an actual picture from an advertisement of a competing fiber. Looks and feels like cotton, but with the superior performance of synthetics. No fading, shrinking, or pilling. So this is what we're up against. This is the competition that we face each day and every day in the marketplace. So at Cotton Incorporated, we do a lot of things from the farm through the industry and all the way to consumers and promotion. And through the series and this webinar series, you're going to have the opportunity to learn about different areas of Cotton Incorporated. Megan and I work at the part in the middle, that pink section in the middle of this line. That has to do with the very important part of taking fibers from the farm and transforming them into products, mostly apparel, but many other products as well. And It's here that we work with manufacturers, brands, retailers, industry associations, other organizations, anybody who's involved with making the decision about using cotton or some other fiber. We want the decision to be cotton. So that's what we do at Cotton Incorporated, and that's the role of what we call the Global Supply Chain Marketing Division, working with companies to help them put cotton in products. And you can see here that fiber starts at the farm and goes all the way through, and the decisions need to be made at each step of the process. So coming off the farm, companies decide to choose cotton or choose something else. And then even at retail, consumers can decide to buy cotton or buy something else. But first we have to make sure that we're on the shelf or we're hanging on the racks in products. And that's what we do in our division. Here's who we work with. This is just a sampling of the hundreds of companies that we work with. Many of the brands that you see advertised or that you're familiar with in the stores or shopping online, not only in the US, but around the world. In fact, when we work with companies, one of the things that's most important for us is to get an early start, much like we're doing with this webinar this morning. In fact, when it comes to the things that you see on the shelves or hanging on the racks in the stores, did you know that those products were actually decisions 18 to 24 months before those products were even put on a shelf? So what you and other consumers might see in this store was a decision that was made almost 2 years ago. So that's really important because it means in our jobs, influencing product decisions, we have to be ahead of the market by 18 months to 24 months, and sometimes even longer if we're working on things like introducing new technologies. So our division and our group at Cotton Incorporated works around the world with companies, and we work well in advance, 1.5 to 2 years ahead of what you will actually see in the retail space. And another important point when you think about what we do at Cotton Incorporated, before you've poured your first cup of coffee in the morning, we have teams in Shanghai, in Japan, in Mexico, in Turkey, in Hong Kong. They're working around the clock. So somewhere in the world, there's a team from Cotton Incorporated always working to get cotton into products, working with brands, retailers, manufacturers, 24 hours. So we're out there and our reach is extensive with hundreds of companies. And every year we end up working in more than 20 different countries to build a market opportunity for cotton. We're all in the middle of some changes. We're all thinking about how our business is being changed, how consumer demand for products are being changed. And I want to take you back to business the way it was a year ago. In fact, just in January, it looked a lot like this. In this picture, you see a Cotton Incorporated booth at an industry trade show. These are shows that typically would attract 5,000 to 6,000 people. And in our booth, we have fabric samples and all sorts of cotton ideas. And we have exactly what you see going on here, meetings around tables. Many of our staff are in the picture, along with people from a variety of different companies, looking at ideas, whether it's storm cotton technology in the left picture, or just a variety of different things we can do to help them with their cotton. This is the way we were doing business until the current health crisis. So we've had to change the way we do business. But very importantly, we're still getting the job done. We're just doing it a little bit differently. So now we're coming and meeting with companies basically the same way we're meeting with many of you this morning over coffee. We're doing it virtually. But I can assure you that we're still able to meet with companies to show the ideas in cotton and cotton products and help them think about what they're going to be offering in the market a year from now, 1.5 years, and 2 years from now. So that's how far ahead we're working. And companies haven't stopped their developments for products that they're going to be bringing to market. And that's what we're helping them with. We're able to take some of our activities like trend forecasting, which we do 2 years in advance of the selling season. and we're able to show companies virtually through a lot of meetings, different ideas in cotton, different ideas in fabrication, sometimes blended with nylon or polyester. But on balance, all of these fabric ideas are things that can come into the market, and on balance, increase the amount of cotton that's used in the marketplace. And that's what we're at. We've also done a lot of work in the past and really continue to do this, and we'll do even more of this going forward in this new business climate through things like webinars and online meetings. And you can see just some of the sample of webinars that we've held, reaching hundreds of companies in the US and around the world with important topics like product innovation, technology, and very, very importantly, sustainability. We're so proud of what US farmers do to be the most sustainable and responsible producers in the world. I can say to you, from a product marketing standpoint, the fact that the US is the best and most responsible, most sustainable, is an absolute advantage for Megan and myself and our team when we market cotton in products. So I encourage each of you to do everything you can to be sustainable and responsible. You may be hearing about programs like the US Cotton Trust Protocol. That's an excellent opportunity for farmers and the US to stay at the forefront, to continue to be leaders. And I would encourage each of you producers who are listening today, if you're not a part of that program, take a moment and learn more about it. Contact your representatives from the Cotton Board and learn about that, and please participate in that effort. It's so important to the sustainability effort for all of cotton and all of US cotton. We're working on a bunch of things, as I mentioned. Some things you're not going to see in the marketplace for another year, another 2 years. But I can assure you that those meetings, those conversations, those developments are going on. So at this point, I can tell you, we're working with a lot of companies. I can't tell you who or what products just yet. We've got to wait till they come to the market. But we do have a lot of activity going on. On the flip side, there are a lot of things that we have done that we can talk about and are now coming to market as the result of efforts by our marketing teams and our research teams over the past several months and the past several years. So at this point, I'm going to turn it to Megan Peterson to talk about some of those things that the Cotton Research and Promotion Program has brought to market and increased the demand for cotton.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, at the beginning of the presentation, you heard Mark say our #1 job was to get cotton in products. And we do that through technologies, and here's a good example of a result of our efforts. You can see a number of technology adoptions in the market right now. And today, I picked out a few of these to kind of dive a little bit deeper in. I've also tried to pick out something for guys and gals out there, grandparents, yourselves, your kids, and even your grandkids. So get your pencil ready. I'm going to help you fill out your Christmas list the next couple of slides. The first one I want to talk about today is a recent adoption with Under Armour. And you may have heard of our successes with Under Armour in the past, but I bring this one up because they really got away from some of their cotton products. They previously had kind of coined the term charged cotton. That is when they got really, really smart and they got away with that terrible slogan that was cotton is the enemy. They got rid of that. They pulled in charged cotton. They had a great run. They did away with it, and now it's back, better than ever. So they have a handful of new women's products. You can see the consumer comment here. I love cotton. I think also when I dug into some of those consumer comments, people were saying, why did you do away with the old cotton products? And now they're bringing them back. They've also picked up a men's line with the help of The Rock. Those of you some of you may be familiar with this celebrity, but there's a number of men's garments that are also under the charged cotton umbrella. Again, these are representing our trans dry technology, so putting moisture management back into these men's and women's products in that athletic space. Under Armour has really been a leader in this market for our trans dry technology adoptions. Also looking in the men's area, when we kind of think of, let's say golf and tennis and just general kind of polo shirts and performance polo shirts. We can see an adoption with Mack Weldon, polo and a tee actually. And they're also featuring the trans-dry technology. You can see on the hang tag here how they call out the performance of the technology. Let me just jump in here and remind you though that Under Armour called it charged cotton, Mack Weldon's calling it dry knit cotton, and that's okay. They don't have to call it trans-dry. We work with individual companies to do their marketing as they see fit and to help them promote their products. And some of them choose to name it something that they decide themselves. Gals out there, this one's for you. Lilly Pulitzer is continuing their trans-dry polo. You can see they also feature not only the trans-dry name and logo on their name tag as well as the sealed cotton. This is the 95.5 product in 4 different colorways. They have continued this program for several seasons now because of these successes that they have found with it. They have been a great partner of ours over the years. You can see here the consumer comment. The polo is back. They've been waiting for this polo to come back. So just a little background, they took a couple seasons off. They first introduced this about 5 or 6 years ago. They took a couple seasons off and they brought it back 2 seasons ago and they are continuing it. You can see the consumer is, cheering for it and they're really wanting them to keep it in there in their product line. And that's what we want, because if the consumer's buying it, it's on the shelf, that's a win-win for cotton. This product features our sweat hiding technology. And also, interestingly enough, it features 100% mercerized cotton in a golf polo. There are many out there that believe that their 100% cotton really can't perform in this market. And that's absolutely not true. And here's a good example. Callaway Apparel is a leading golf brand. They adopted cotton in their Tour Authentic mercerized cotton polo. You can get it in a solid and a stripe. They've got a nice price point on it for a good Christmas gift, but you can see that the characteristics of the shirt right here, and it's been around for a couple seasons. We have information that it's going to continue, and so go out, grab it. It's a great product for the golf market. Duluth Trading. Some of you may be familiar with this brand, known probably for their kind of cheeky marketing. Makes us all laugh, and that's always awesome. They named their cotton adoption Suit Up Sweats SS, and this is featuring storm cotton technology. This is our water repellent technology, but what really sets this apart from polyester or other synthetics is that it's breathable. With a durable water repellent, you often have that clammy feel that you have with synthetics, but you don't have that with cotton. And they offer it in a hoodie as well as a crew neck sweatshirt. And we're interested to see how they handle this in the fall and closer to Christmas time as well. Here's one that you've got to get right now because it's on clearance, but it's a good price. And I know and I realize those of you in Texas that are in this heat wave, you probably don't want anything to do with the Duluth hoodie, and you probably don't want this beautiful Joseph A. Banks mock neck pullover, but I can tell you it'll be a great Christmas gift. This pullover is featuring our storm cotton technology. It's about 1/3 of that price right now, which is why I say go get it now for later. But it's featuring our durable water repellent technology, and it has, it's a beautiful product with great fabric and hand feel. This is for the younger crew, and I included this example because this is actually just out in the market, and it's about a month old maybe. But I wanted to share with you the way they are promoting, and that's Prana, the way Prana is promoting this product online. I've bolded it on the screen here if you can read this. If you are not viewing the screen, I'm going to read it aloud. It says, "But cotton and rain don't mix," you say. Well, they do now thanks to storm cotton. What's storm cotton and why should you care? Well, it dries faster than traditional cotton while retaining all the breathability and the durability. So, Prana is doing a good job of marketing this technology and really trying to demonstrate or share how the technology works, but also pushing cotton as well. And you can see the comment here, they love the all-purpose jacket. It's also rain repellent, which comes in handy, but it doesn't look like a rain jacket. So that's a pretty cool adoption. Similar to this market, we have a Vans product, and we've got a couple of products with Vans because we've had such good success in their market with their drill chore coat featuring storm cotton. And I should also mention that this coat, as well as the Prana jacket, they are heavy. And so that is good for cotton. Heavy products mean more cotton and really driving the demand there. And so Vans started with that chore jacket, and then they went to the hoodie. Also, these are really nice, thick, beefy hoodies featuring storm cotton water repellent technology. And then they even, oh, excuse me, let me just mention this. You can see a 5 out of 5 stars. The water repellent on this really works, even after a few washes. So we're also seeing durability in this technology, and that's really great to hear from the consumer market. In addition to the jacket and the hoodie, Vans, and that was storm cotton, remember, Vans found such success in the value that these technologies gave to their cotton products, they also adopted TransDry, the moisture wicking technology, in their, this is their basic t-shirt, their best-selling t-shirt, and they put TransDry in it as well. And you can see the features that they call out: comfort and durability. And that's what we want to hear. Now we're going to move to the kids market. We've talked for some time about the great success that Target had with the adoption of Tough Cotton. Tough Cotton is another technology, and the last one that we'll talk about today, that really provides additional durability for cotton products. So why is this important in kids' clothes? Well, kids' clothes, think of the wear and tear on the playground. Now, I can speak to that myself. I've got a 4.5-year-old, and we go through so many pants every year that he's just torn holes in the knees. Well, not with Tough Cotton. And so Target adopted Tough Cotton in their cat and jack line for boys and girls pants, chinos, and leggings. They had such good success, everyone in the market wanted it. And this last week launched the most recent Tough Cotton adoption in children's wear with Lands' End. And you can see their slogan up in the top left corner, "Let's get comfy," because, you know, in this day and age, we're going to have more playground time, more at home, more rough and tumbling, and we want to be comfy at the same time. And girls are no exception. So we have a girl's legging, the girl's capri pant, and then a little short that can go under dresses and things like that. I'll also add that a similar product has been at Walmart and JCPenney because it has been that popular of an adoption. People saw what Target did, the industry saw what Target did, and many wanted to follow suit. Now let's turn our attention for just 2 more slides to the non-traditional market. What is the non-traditional market? Non-traditional markets include things like diapers, wipes, adult incontinence, feminine hygiene, and other products. So we'll talk about that in the next slide. But cotton can be in these products too. And here is one of the most exciting adoptions in this market that we recently had, is with Johnson's & Johnson's wash and shampoo and body lotion. There's actual little raw cotton fibers in these products. Johnson & Johnson did significant research to determine that cotton actually increased the absorbency of moisture and holding it next to the skin, making you have that luxurious feel. And you always want that natural hypoallergenic product next to your newborn baby. So this has been a great success for them. They expanded it into Europe and China this year as well. But guess what? Did you know cotton can be in these products too? The sunglasses you put on when you get into that cotton picker, the toothbrush that you use to hopefully brush your teeth this morning also can contain cotton. And this is some of the research that we're doing now. I didn't have a picture of this, but if you can see me, the next time you have cotton or coffee, you may also be drinking it out of a mug that's made with cotton. The button you see here, this could have cotton too. And this is some of the research that we're doing right now to determine how much cotton can go into these products. Anywhere between 5 to 20% is where we're at now, But obviously, we're working very hard to increase that. But really, this is better than no cotton. It also, completes that biodegradability story when we go to dispose of these products. So, think next time you really do anything, brush your teeth, put your sunglasses on, get dressed, button up that shirt, that could be cotton. And so that's all that we've prepared today. I want to turn the floor to Monty to ask us some questions that you may have.
Mark your calendars for July 28th for our next Cotton and Coffee with Vicki Martin in the fiber competition area. And we will see you guys then. Have a great rest of your day.